Killing them forces them to spawn where? The exact same space, further away from the third hill. Wonderful decision making from Team Space.
The single biggest factor for the success that Team Space had back in Vegas when they were playing under straight ripping is they learned the game faster than almost anyone else. They were one of the quickest teams to the punch. When they were playing online early, they were one of the best teams in the game. Top 8 was honestly underperforming for how good they were online. The question is can these players kind of step it up individually as talent? Like, can Spacely and Nagafen, for example, pick up their individual performances to match it to their teammates? Well, you got a taste of it right there. Spacely had to make a big play, was recognizing need to pull out the War Machine, and that was a game. 100 Thieves, until those final few moments, had almost done enough to catch back up, and he shuts them down. Those are the plays Team Space needs to make the pro.
That is a dejected look if I've ever seen one, as 100 Thieves still look to find their first map win here at the PLQ. And glance at their stats, of course, from Vegas, so 1-5 search and destroy record. So their woes, well, it's not going to get any better here in game 2. They split their hard points 5-5, control 5-1. That's their saving grace. But if all you're doing is winning game 3s, it doesn't help. You got to win 3 maps in a series.
I mean, at the same time, though, we've seen teams that have bad records, like Reciprocity, for example, where they take the game out, or even Heretics is another great one. They were 3-8 in hardpoint. I only saw 1 series from them today, but they win both the hard maps. If you're 1-5 in Search and Destroy and you're 100 Thieves, you're thinking, guys, we need to get better practice in Search and Destroy. That's the goal. Like, your hardpoint's 5-5. Everyone scrims hardpoint every single day. They're going to get that practice in no matter what. But the S&D, you have to have a huge focus into that. Obviously, the first one they played today, they did not get the win. But if you're focusing on anything, this is where the improvements need to be made.
I feel like that's always been a challenge for a lot of teams when they recognize a weakness in terms of a game type. What do? They practice a lot. What happens to the game mode, which was traditionally their better one, all of a sudden it kind of becomes the worst one because they haven't practiced it too much. That cannot be the case this weekend, or this week, I should say, for Control and 100 Thieves. They need to start picking that up. Of course, we know in terms of their first series, they didn't win a map. They got 3-0'd. I mean, if they start today 0-6, worst case scenario, right? Let's say they get 3-0'd here. Everything is against you at that point. At best case, I think you have to start looking at, all right, let's just get to bracket play. Let's just win a map tomorrow. That has to be the goal because, I mean, was that hardpoint close? Yes. Were there moments where 100 Thieves could have won it? Absolutely. You look at that second hill. How many times did we talk about it? They rotated first every single time. The first 2 times, I think they only earned about 15 seconds of hill time, so 30 collectively between 2 rotations. It wasn't until finally the 3rd rotation where they were able to pick up a big chunk of time, but even that wasn't a full hold because towards the end, what happened? Team Space completely manipulate the spawn. They pull out a War Machine as well. Spacely gets himself streaks. These small errors are what you're seeing from 100 Thieves, and I guess what's surprising the most is you hear us casters and analysts kind of harp on about it. We really just kind of continuously talk about it because it just is that surprising. This group of players you would expect significantly better performances from.
Well, the woes of 100 Thieves are aplenty, but some of the positives from this Team Space, and again, when they were playing under straight ribbon, their S&D was very, very good. Like, another
really
problem
good,
for 100 Thieves is they got to deal with Havoc now. Like, we talked about Major Maniac in the hardpoint, who I think dropped 36, 37 kills. That one had a very nice game. Havoc is one of 3 players out of every single team that we saw at Vegas that averages more than 1 kill per round in S&D.
Which is
I don't know how much that sounds like, but yeah, that is incredibly good. I think for all the events in World War II, I think maybe 1 person for every single event put up numbers in that regard. There were 3 from Vegas, which is impressive.
Who 4 flanks? Well, Team Space 4 flank, and it worked out perfectly for them.
And that's insane as well, because like whoever was the sniper, like he gets picked off, and he was like, okay, I see 2 guys, but then 4 flank, and they're gonna be like, no, like you didn't call them out, and he'd be like, I think they flanked from the other side, dude. They sprinted at us. That's an incredibly aggressive round, a very quick 1-0. And you see the teamwork, every single person, 1 kill.
Yeah, talk about setting the tempo. Now, defensively, what can 100 Thieves do? Slasher, first blood. So, man advantage for 100 Thieves. It was Havoc that fell. That's a nice early win for them. Mox will manage to trade out Slasher's life. Nagafen drops Octane looking for the second. Missing a couple of shots there onto Mox. Major Maniac is close as well, bear that in mind.
Basically trying to make a play as Major Maniac picks up 1, but Kenny wins the gunfight, an important one at that. That was the fight for man advantage. Major Maniac, though, he's on this jet. He's looking for more. He's got Mox over top. The player's just going to slide out for the challenge. Kenny, though, you expect 1 to get traded. There's the trade coming in. 1 versus 1. Mox, who's 4-0, going against Kenny 2-1. He's going to spot him. ICR versus likely Sog, but Kenny might have picked something up. And he's just going for the pre-fire, but he knows he can't challenge.
And he also has to manage the fact of how close he is towards the streaks. If your Mox wants the game plan to bait out a rotation, well, go to the assault pack. Has he just baited it out perfectly?
There's a spot.
Surely Kenny sees this. Surely Kenny sees this. 9 seconds, you just have to check. Yep, there he is, in that body. And Kenny picks up the kill. Nicely read.
I don't know if this was the plan from Team Space. Some people saw it was posted on the subreddit like yesterday or something like that. There's a spot on Arsenal where if you plant for roughly where he was going for the plant right there, you can wall bang the vents. Like you can crawl inside the vents and like go like halfway up and shoot through on the bomb. He threw down the assault pack to pick up the FMJ. I don't know if that was his plan.
Might have been.
But that seems like it might have been his plan. Obviously, Kenny makes a very good play, makes the read is coming back, so we didn't see that. But something to keep in mind. You talk about a team that knows more than everyone else, or as much as some of the best teams in the world.
Sure. There's a very similar spot on Hacienda as well, from bottom middle. You can shoot straight through a wall.
I'm trying to think of what you're talking about. Bottom middle is like a big place.
Bottom middle by the fountain, you can shoot straight through fences and you can pump. Fun fact.
Okay, you can show me that later. I'm trying to think.
It's
bottom middle
pretty
through fountain through fences.
Like if you're bottom middle by fountain.
All right, we'll focus on this game.
I'll show you later. I got you, Chance. But there's some pretty interesting trick strats, and that could well have been one of them. This first blood comes in 400 Thieves, 5 versus 4. Of course, going to be traded out though. Major Maniac as well shuts down Enable, and now we have ourselves a 4v4.
Havoc is playing a game of blood or blooded. Right now, he's got one first blood. He's been first blooded twice. Nagafen looking for a pick, and he's going to connect as well. He might have had a little bit of help. It was tough to see, but either way, 4v3. Nagafen still with the snipe. Nose player's going to be deep. Has the concussion to help out as well. Pharaoh, though. Pretty easy gunfight for him to win there. He was just holding the control up top. But now Nagafen just hopped on the bomb, and someone for 100 Thieves. You got to check it. You got to check it like 3 seconds ago. And
that's gone.
Just like that, the man advantage is all they need. 100 Thieves gets caught out of position, and again, it's a round of search and destroy we talk about where it's a tough spot to be in. They might just lose anyway. That's a tough way to lose a round when you got 2 players alive and you're just nowhere near the bomb to check it.
Can't buy a round win, it feels like. They get bummed down. You're thinking, okay, they had first blood in there as well. But sadly, player's a little out of position, and bomb just hopped and defused. Simple stuff from Team Space. They're not doing anything extraordinary, really, outside of round number 1, where they 4-hit flank, and that was a nice round to watch. But Kenny has earned himself a lightning strike and is still progressing towards some streaks, and this could be a bit of a blind read here. Sniper rifle player is going to call it out. It's Pharaoh, of course. It'd help if he could connect with a shot. Give your team a free first blood. It slows down the 100 Thieves' aggressive push. As Nagafen with a sniper of his own. Looking to see that battle of the snipers.
No idea who's going to come out on top of this one, but still a little bit of time left on the clock, but they're going to have to start playing a little bit quicker, and they might just go for the wrap. They break glass, but no one for 100 Thieves I don't think is in position to hear. And you see actually 100 Thieves, they got 3 players wrapping over towards B, but the bomb is not in that direction, and no one is over towards A for 100 Thieves. It's just the one player mid-map. It's actually going to be Slasher up top.
And I would be curious to see if Kenny decides to ping the lightning strike at some point during this round. Just play for that extra piece of information. He has already earned himself his second streak as well. But to tie things up here is so important. That's like just going to pull in the Hellstorm. Where are they? Well, there's some information. Now hovers the Hellstorm, connects with 1, and then 100 Thieves hunt down the rest of Team Space. It's so important that Kenny stays alive. There's a drone squad. 10 seconds left. All of Team Space will fall. And credit to 100 Thieves there. Nicely played round of search and destroy.
Yeah, completely forgot there was a lightning strike. I was like, oh, they're wrapping back. What a good play. And then you're like, he's going to ping it. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, okay, 100 Thieves is going to win this one. That's a pretty systematic way to go about it. And you can see they did burn the TAC 5 as well, but they'll take it for that confident of a round. And obviously, credit to Slasher on that, was able to find 2 kills while hiding in the vents. Well, not hiding, they knew he was there, but
sneaky.
Crouching around. Wishing he could skulker.
Being a pain. 100 Thieves. Both trying to tie things up. 1-1 in the series. They tie things up in the search at least. 2-2. Now they go over towards the attacking side. It's going to be a B hit, of course. Kenny, the drone squad as well. I mean, at this point, I would just say, hey, do we just invest it here? Try and put the bomb down over towards B?
I think Slasher saw at least 2 players. So he ran away very quickly. Now they're going to have to be concerned about the flank, but it is only Slasher for the moment that's worried about it. But all team space, the information they gave away, so all 5 players are wrapping back, and they're going for the fights. Nocthen able to get the first one, and Abel does get the bomb down, but he got the man advantage. And you still have Slasher, by the way, watching the flank when everyone is going to be from space pushing forward, and these are just tough gunfights to win. All you got to do is trade. If not, just pick them off one by one. Slasher, 1v5. You're a world champ, but I mean, good luck with that. And honestly, it's just going to be defused. That is a brutal round coming out from Team Space, and they played the information game perfectly.
I get that the bomb site is given away for free, right? I get that you're planning the bomb, but if you're Kenny, why not just use the drone squad? Secure that round completely.
It's not even like a guaranteed secure. It does help massively. You definitely don't want to get picked off, but it's a tough situation. I'm assuming what Kenny was thinking is he hears there's at least 2 or 3 pushing through mid. Keep in mind the very first round, Team Space, what do they do? They quad flank basically. You got 4 guys in the back line, so they're thinking, okay, I can...
Yo, can you hear me?
Hey, Bell.
Yo, what up?
Quick question. If you're on a GB and say the match is supposed to start at 7:15, it's 7:32 right now. Does he win or lose?
He gets, that's a forfeit. It's you're supposed to join within 15 or it's a forfeit.
So you just say submit score and I won, or
Just submit you go submit a ticket, and then say that he didn't show up.
all right. All right. Good luck.
All right.
What the fuck? Before submitting to make sure you read your ticket submission guidelines and submit a ticket to appropriate guidelines. Your picture should be high enough quality that scores are easy and readable. Alright, but that category is not